Ripple just became a major player in ISO 222 and nobody is talking about it. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to be saying something that I don't think many people in crypto actually realize. Well, everybody on TikTok is screaming that XRP is dead because it dropped down to around $1.80 this week, while social media is panicking, and while people are genuinely convinced that the entire market is collapsing forever to zero, Ripple just made one of the biggest moves in its entire history. And yes, I know I say that a lot because Ripple keep pulling these rabbits straight out of the hat when nobody sees it coming. This is not about price action. This is not speculation. This is not influencer hype. I'm talking about real, structural, global financial plumbing being changed right in front of your eyes. And the move is this. Ripple is now officially part of the ISO 222 Standards Committee, the actual group that sets the rules for how global banks will send money for decades. You heard that right. They are going to be part of the people that make the rules for the banks on how they send money. This isn't a rumor. This isn't just ISO compliant token nonsense. This is genuine involvement at the highest level of global payments. And just to be clear, this is not some crypto marketing badge. It's a seat at the table with Swift, Visa, MasterCard and the Federal Reserve, the Bank of England and the biggest financial institutions on earth. So today we're going deep into why ISO 222 matters, why Ripple is being on the committee is a massive deal, what this means for XRP long term, and why the price dropping right now has absolutely nothing to do with the real story. And yes, Wolfpack, we're going to be zooming out today.
I am not a financial advisor. This video is based solely on my opinion on what I'm personally doing in this market. I also want to let you know that some of the links below and in the descriptions are affiliate links, meaning I may get a commission, but it will be at no extra cost to you. Please remember that under no circumstances will I ever contact you and ask you for investments. You can confirm all of my real social media handles in the description and also at MilkshakeMatty.com. This content is for educational and entertainment only, and I'm not a financial advisor.
This is one of those videos where you walk away actually understanding what's going on behind the scenes, not the nonsense you get on TikTok from the pattern chasers who think every wick means the world is ending. Right, let's get everybody on the same page. ISO 222 sounds complicated. I get it. Sounds like one of those boring banking things. I get it. But let me explain it in the simplest way possible. ISO 222 is the new global language for payments. It's how banks talk to each other. The old system is basically a postcard, while ISO 222 is a full data spreadsheet. That's it. More data, more structure, more accuracy. And from this month, it's going live globally. So imagine this. For the last 40 years, banks have been sending each other little short text messages with literally no detail and no structure. And Swift, the old empty messaging system, that's what they were using. Now we're moving to ISO 222, which is like giving every message full identity, purpose, metadata, tags, everything that you'd expect in a modern day banking system. It's cleaner, it's richer, and most importantly, it allows automation and modern technology to plug into it. That's the part people don't realize. This upgrade isn't happening for fun. It's happening because we're moving into a digital financial system, a programmable one, a tokenized one. And the key thing is when Swift flipped that switch this week, all banks in the world now have to be able to speak ISO 222. And who's been preparing for this for years? Ripple. Now, this is where the story gets massive. Everybody knows that Ripple works with banks. Everybody knows XRP is a bridge asset. We've been hearing about this for years. But here's the part that nobody is really talking about. Ripple isn't just building technology. They're helping shape the standards that the technology plugs into. And that's the difference between a crypto project trying to force its way into banking versus a crypto company being invited inside to help design the future of banking. Ripple is the second one. Ripple is on the ISO Standards Management Group, which is basically the rulebook committee. That alone, for me, is insane. You do not get on that committee unless global institutions consider you a serious infrastructure provider. Not hype, not speculation, infrastructure. This is the part I want you to feel today. Ripple isn't fighting for relevance anymore. Ripple is inside the room where the rules are created. That's legitimacy, that's influence, that's positioning. And it completely changes the long-term outlook for XRP. I want to clear something up because this gets twisted online. Ripple is not ISO 222 compliant. That phrase is meaningless. The The ISO 222 is a messaging standard, not a token standard. The real bullish part is this. RippleNet, on-demand liquidity, and the infrastructure that uses XRP are already designed to speak to ISO. That means Ripple and XRP fit directly into the new global messaging framework. Let me say that again. Ripple built their system to line up perfectly with where global finance is now moving. This is chess, not checkers. Banks will need systems that plug into the new ISO rails. Ripple's already there, already fluent, already integrated. And XRP, the asset, benefits because it's the settlement piece of that system. It's the liquidity piece. If banks decide to use on-demand liquidity to avoid pre-funding accounts around the world, XRP is the bridge. This is long-term infrastructure. It's not speculation, it's not hype, it's positioning. Now, this is the part that matters for the Wolfpack, or you watching me on YouTube. Everybody's panicking because XRP hit $1.80. Everyone's shaking at the Bitcoin pullback. Everybody's doom scrolling TikTok over charts. But I want to say something that might actually calm you down. Markets go up and down. Infrastructure only goes one way. Ripple, being on the ISO Standards Committee, has nothing to do with the price this week, but everything to do with where XRP could be in 5 years from now. Banks do not care about the price of XRP this week. They care about settlement speed, liquidity, compliance, and efficiency. And guess who provides that? Ripple. So while retail panics, institutions are building. And that's why days like today are where the smart money positions themselves. Not when everybody's euphoric, not when XRP is flying, not when Bitcoin is making new highs. It's right now, in this fear moment, in the dips, when the real fundamental news gets ignored because everybody is too emotional about a pullback. Let me talk to you like a friend here, because I know the feeling. I've lived through multiple cycles. Every single dip feels like the end. Every single crash feels different. Every single wick feels terrifying in that moment. And every single time, the people who win are the ones who zoom out and say this. Okay, what's actually happening underneath all the noise? And right now, underneath the noise, what's happening is this. The entire global payment system is upgrading itself. And Ripple is one of the companies helping define the rules of that upgrade. If that doesn't give you long-term confidence, I have absolutely no idea what would. And now, very quickly, and this is for people who actually want to understand how to navigate moments just like this. I built a free course called the Crypto Liftoff course. It teaches you the exact strategies I've used through multiple bear markets and the exact strategies that helped me build during fear. And the exact strategies I'll continue using as we prepare for the next bull run. There's nothing complicated, nothing flashy, just real proven approaches for long-term success. If you want it, the link is in the description. Take it, learn from it, use it, especially during these times like today when emotions are running high and people are scared. It's completely free. There's a link in the description. There's no paywalls. Go and get involved. All right, back to the video. Here's the thing. The crypto community hears ISO 222 and thinks it means XRP is about to explode. But that's not how the real finance world works. ISO doesn't pick winners. It creates the environment where winners can be chosen. And Ripple has positioned themselves right at the heart of that environment. That, for me, is the key. Ripple isn't guaranteed to dominate, but they are now perfectly positioned to benefit as banks modernize. And most importantly, they're ahead of 99.9% of crypto projects because they're inside the governance structure, not outside shouting to be let in. And I've got to say, a big shout out to the Wolfpack. This week, even with the dips, some of you have made some fantastic trades. You guys are staying focused, staying calm, staying strategic, exactly how it should be. Exactly how you win over the long term. If you're watching this now and you want to get involved with the Crypto Wolfpack, there's a link in the description. So let's wrap this up. Here's the real story. While everybody panics over short-term price action, Ripple just solidified itself as a major force in the future of global banking. They didn't just align with ISO. They didn't just adapt to it. They joined the committee that shapes it. This is power. This is legitimacy. This is long-term positioning. And when you zoom out, when you look beyond the charts, when you actually look at where money is heading, XRP's role becomes a lot clearer. This isn't a meme coin story. This isn't hopium. This is real world infrastructure. And that's why I remain confident long term. If you've enjoyed this breakdown, drop me a comment down below, hit that subscribe button and come and join the Wolfpack with me. And if you want to understand the exact strategies I use to survive the bear markets and prepare for bull markets, the crypto liftoff course is down below and it's completely free. There's a link in the description. I'll see you on tonight's stream inside the wolf pack. Stay calm, stay focused, and stay strategic. We're only just getting started. And remember this, the strength of the wolf is in the pack.